In this video today, we'll be looking at how the new colorize function in Affinity 3 works. So before starting, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity. And if you want to follow along with this tutorial, please find the link for the images in the description. Now with that said, let's get started with the video. So in order to demonstrate the colorize feature inside of Affinity, first of all, let us place our image inside of Affinity or open our image inside of Affinity. So in order to open our image, I'll simply navigate below and open the Finder window. And from the Finder window, I'll first bring in one image. So in this video, we'll only work on this particular image in order to demonstrate the possibility of the colorize feature. So basically, there are two ways you can access the colorize feature. One is within the Canva AI Studio, where you can simply select the colorize tool right here and then apply the colorize feature to your black and white images or old photos. And the next way of accessing and applying the colorize feature is by simply navigating and first of all selecting on the Pixel Studio. And after selecting the Pixel Studio, now let's select our black and white image. Now after selecting the black and white image, you'll be able to see that you have the Canva AI feature right here on top of the contextual bar. However, make sure that you have selected the move tool, and after selecting the Canva AI tool at the top of the contextual bar, now you'll be able to see the colorize option right here. Now I'll not go ahead and immediately click on the colorize option to colorize the black and white image, because we need to first turn on our machine learning option in the settings so that the colorize feature can use the resources or the hardware resources locally. And yes, unlike other AI features inside of Affinity that uses the processing power of the hardware capabilities through the cloud, this particular feature uses our local hardware in order to process and colorize our image. And the next thing to note here is this particular feature is only accessible to users who are paid Canva AI Pro subscribers. So we need a Canva AI Pro subscription in order to access this feature. So now the next thing that we'll be doing is simply navigating to the top and selecting the Affinity menu. And inside of the Affinity menu, you'll see the settings option. Select the settings option, and from within the settings option, now you can see that we have a category called machine learning models. First, what we want to do is we want to install the colorization model in order to make this particular feature work. So I'll simply select the install option, and now you can see that it is downloading the colorization model locally to our machine. So I think we need to wait for a while. However, I'll skip to the end of the download. Now it has successfully downloaded the colorization model locally. Now let us go ahead and then close our settings box. Now after closing the settings box, you can also notice that right after we have downloaded the colorization option, I have accidentally moved our contextual bar. So I'll place our contextual bar to the top left corner right here. Now, in order to apply the colorize feature, what we'll be doing now is by selecting our image actively, I'll simply click on this Canva AI option. So inside from the Canva AI option, now let's select the colorize option. Now you can see that after selecting the colorize option, it has provided a box and also have applied the colorize feature to our black and white image by bringing in all the colors that is actually possible for each of the portion and elements in our image. So we can control settings from inside of the colorize box. So for example, let's increase the saturation first for this image. So now we'll simply click on the saturation slider and then simply drag the slider all the way to the right first. And we don't want things to be more harsh, so let us simply drag the slider to a value of somewhere at 82% for now. And next option that we have is the temperature option. So for the temperature option, now we can simply click on the slider and then adjust the temperature in order to make the image either more warmer or more cooler, like so. So let's find a sweet spot for our temperature. So I'll set the option to add minus, maybe minus, somewhere at -5 maybe. Okay, so -5% would be apt for this. And now we can check the before and after from within the Colorize box. So for that, I'll simply click on the split view icon right here. And now you can see on the right, we have the before where it is clearly displaying the image where our image was black and white. And on the left, you have the after where now our image has been successfully colorized with the Colorize feature inside of Affinity that uses the machine learning models and AI capabilities. Now, after we're satisfied, let's go ahead and click on Apply. So the next technique that I want to show you with this particular Colorize feature is if we are not satisfied with the Colorize feature in few areas. For example, you can see in this particular area, the newspaper is clearly white, but in the rest of the other areas, the newspaper are yellow. If you find areas where there are a kind of mismanagement or errors, or the colorize option has not been applied to its full extent, then to fix the errors, what we can do is simply, first of all, select a new pixel layer. So by the way, this is a manual way of fixing issues or fixing errors with the new colorize option. And now after creating a new pixel layer, we can change the blend mode to color. So let's change the blend mode to color. So what it basically does is it only retains the hue or color that we have brushed inside of this new empty pixel layer in the layers panel. So now let's select a brush first of all and then change the size of our brush. So we want to change the size of our brush by simply using the shortcut key of Control and Option by holding them actively. And after holding them actively, what we can do is simply click and drag. And right now you can see that it is randomly brushing it. So we don't want that. So let us again try holding down the shortcut key or shortcut modifier key of Control and Option. And after holding down the shortcut modifier key of Control and Option, we'll simply click and drag to the left like so in order to decrease our brush size first. So let us decrease our brush size like so. And now you can see that it is decreasing our brush size. So we can simply control the width of the brush by simply clicking and dragging. And now after we're satisfied with the width of our brush, the next thing that we can do is simply select the brush panel, and inside from the brush panel, let's change our brush first. So I'll change the type to basic, and from within the basic, I'll simply navigate below and select our brush to somewhere at round soft brush with 128 in size. And now after we have selected our brush, what we can do next is return back to our layers panel. And from within our layers panel, first of all, make sure that our pixel layer is selected actively. Now after selecting our pixel layer actively, first of all, let's set our foreground and background color to default. So for that, I'll simply click on the D key in order to set our foreground and background color as default. Now, let us sample the colors from the newspaper and apply it to these particular areas. So for that, I'll simply first of all select the zoom tool and then zoom in. And after zooming into this particular area, I'll simply hold down the spacebar key and use the hand tool to pan around. And next, I'll again select or access the brush tool by using the shortcut key of B. And now I'll hold down the Option key in order to access the eyedropper tool to take the sample of the other areas of the newspaper or sample the color from the other areas of the newspaper. So I'll simply sample the colors like so from the other areas of the newspaper. And this time I'm holding down the Option key to take the sample. And now we can go ahead and brush over. So for that, I'll simply again adjust the brush size, and now we can simply brush over the other areas like so. However, I don't know, for some reason our blend mode has changed. So let us change back our blend mode to color. So I'll simply set our blend mode to color, and now it will only retain our colors. So now we can simply brush the colors to the remaining part of the newspaper like so. Or you can make the color of the other part of the newspaper and this particular poster to white by simply sampling color from the other half of the newspaper. However, to demonstrate, I'm simply sampling the colors of yellow. So we can simply now color over these areas like so. And now you can see that it is coloring the other areas of the newspaper. And if we think that the color has been spilled out of the newspaper, we can simply access the eraser tool by using the shortcut key of E. And after accessing the eraser tool, now we can simply resize the size of the brush by using the less bracket key, and again changing the brush type for our eraser tool. And let us again adjust the size of the brush for the eraser tool, and then simply erase the color that has been spilled out, like so. Now you can see that we are simply coloring the areas outside of our newspapers in order to erase out the colors that has been spilled out, like so. So this is how we can use the colorize feature inside of Affinity, and we can use this technique easily to fix any color misalignment or mismatch if we get an issue or error in color consistency after we have applied the colorize feature inside of Affinity. So if you find this video helpful, please click on the like button, and for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video, and see you on the next video.